Hi everyone, thanks for joining me for a Christmas craft in this video from the Northern Ireland War Memorial. In this video I'm going to be making a salt dough ornament for the Christmas tree, which is based on one of my favourite items from the museum, this adorable knitted jumper. During wartime it was common to get knitted gifts at Christmas. You might have got a knitted jumper, or a vest, or even knitted underwear. This craft is inspired by these great knitted items, woolly jumpers and mittens to hang on your Christmas tree. Salt dough is really easy to make. You just need 3 ingredients. I've got plain flour, salt and water, and that's it. You'll also need a mixing bowl and spoon, some tin foil to work on, and a drinking straw. That'll help you to make a little hole in your ornament so that you can hang it up later.
You'll also need to gather up some small objects that you can press into the dough to create different shapes and patterns.
To make your dough, we're going to use 1 part salt to 2 parts of plain flour. So for mine, I'm going to put in half a cup of salt, a little bit more, and 1 cup of flour. I think that's about right. And then you just want to add enough water to bring it together into a lovely soft dough that's easy to work with. So we'll add just a little bit of water at a time. If you find that you've added too much water, you can always just add a little bit of extra flour and salt. And if you think it's too dry, you can add a little bit more water.
Okay, here's what we're looking for. Nice soft dough that's easy to work with and shape, but not so soft that it's going to stick to your hands.
Let's make our shapes now, and I have put down some tin foil on my table that I'm going to work on, and that will make it really easy to transfer my shapes onto a baking tray and into the oven when they're all finished.
To make the jumper, start off with a ball about the size of a golf ball and roll it until it's nice and smooth, and now start to gently pat it until it is a square shape, and you just pat a little bit at a time until it is about ½ centimetre thick. Then it'll be time to make the arms, and I'm going to make 2 balls that are about the size of a grape, and again I'll roll them until they're smooth, and this time I'm going to make them into a sausage shape, and I want to make sure that they're both about the same thickness and length. Now pat those until they are ½ centimetre thick too, and then use a little bit of water to join them onto your square. The decoration already looks quite like a jumper, but to make it look even better, we're going to add some little sausages around the collar, the bottom and the cuffs, where the knitting would be ribbed, and that will make your jumper look really realistic. Again, use a little dab of water to help them stick, and flatten them. You don't want any of your salt dough to be too thick, otherwise it will take a very long time to dry. And then finally use a straw to make a hole so that you'll be able to hang it up when it's dry. For the mitten, start off with again a ball maybe around the size of a golf ball, and this time flatten it into an oval shape. Then we need to add a small sausage shape to make a thumb. You can see that here I've made it much too small, but it's easy to pull it off and just try again. So I make it a little bit bigger, flatten it like I did with the arms of the jumper, and add it on. And again, to make it look really realistic, we're going to add a sausage for a bit of a cuff at the bottom. And don't forget to make a hole so that you'll be able to hang it up once it's dried. Now it's time to add a design so that our piece looks like this lovely jumper from the museum, and you can see that all of the design on this is in horizontal lines, so that's what we're going to try and do too. I want to show you the types of marks that I can make using the objects that I gathered from my house. The piping nozzle made little rectangles, and now with this paper clip, when I press it down I get 2 little curved shapes at a time, which I think looks really sweet and also really like knitting. Next, I'm going to try a cocktail stick, and you can use it flat to create lines, which is really good for the collars and cuffs where the knitting would be ribbed, or just poke it in to make little dot shapes. Now on my piece, I'm using a pen lid to make circular shapes, and I'm going to use the cocktail stick flat to finish off the collar.
I'm happy with my shapes now, so it's time to pop them in the oven to bake. With salt dough, you want to cook it at a very low temperature for a long time to stop the dough from rising. If the dough rises, it's going to get all misshapen and you'll lose all of those lovely details that you've put on. So we're going to put this in the oven at 140 degrees Celsius, probably for 1 to 2 hours.
After a couple of hours, my pieces were completely dry and hard, so that meant that they were ready to paint. And the easiest way to paint these up is to splodge paint all over them so that paint goes right down into the little marks that you've made. Then use a damp cloth to gently wipe over the surface of your decoration, and that is going to clean away quite a lot of the paint, but the paint that has gone down into the little marks will be left behind, and it'll make them really clear and easy to see. You can see beside the unpainted one that the little marks are much more noticeable.
All that's left to do is to add your ribbon, and now your little woolen jumper or your mittens or hat decorations are ready to hang up on the Christmas tree. Thanks for watching, and look out for the rest of the videos in this series of crafts from the Northern Ireland War Memorial.